I was at my work one day at a school in the auditorium. They were having a science fair, and there was a bunch of kids sitting in the seats there, and one of them was obviously had some condition, perhaps. Autism spectrum or something. He seemed like he was like deeply affected, and I'm gonna know all this. Next semester. I'm taking abnormal psychology, and I'm gonna be able to tell what all these different conditions are, and then eventually, you think that's bad. Eventually, I'm gonna get the authority one day to diagnose people. You think you hate me now? You think I'm obnoxious now? You wait till I get the authority to. There are people who have authority to diagnose others, right? I think you got yourself a touch of paranoid schizophrenia there. I don't know. Is that scary or what? So anyway, so this kid. Was going he's going like this. He's sitting there, he's and he found it hilarious, everything that was going on. There was a whole bunch of people and kids going around doing the science fair things, and I was looking at that, and I was thinking, dude, I know what that's like. I know the space he's coming from. That's a space you get into, that I get into frequently, where you look at everything you see seems hilarious, and no matter what it is. Everything just seems just so insanely funny. And so I think that there's a term for that. It's called the Cosmic Giggle. And I'm certainly afflicted by that. I get this so often. And there's a story behind that. I was in a men's prayer group at a church, and if you don't know what's going on there, the guys show up, and they feel guilty, and perhaps they've watched some porn, or they jerked off, and they feel horribly guilty about it, and so they come, and then it takes a while. They confess, they repent. And then they get prayer. They get a prayer request. They get prayed for. The whole room prays for them. They get advice on how to prevent that happening again. And of course, it's hilarious. And I would laugh out loud. I'm sorry. I would laugh out loud, and that's why they kicked me out of the group, because Zeke, you're just not taking this seriously, you know. And then so like the guy goes. Zeke, do you feel guilty when you stimulate? And I go, no, not particularly. I don't stimulate that often either. I jerk off a lot often, every day, lots of times, but I don't stimulate. Even then, I mean, I don't feel guilty about it. I don't know why. Why would I feel guilty about something that feels so good? And perhaps if you got that straight, you know, maybe that's something you read in that book of yours, that your favorite book that you read from so often, you quote from constantly. Maybe something about the people who wrote that intentionally wrote that in there to take power away from you and give it to the church for specifically that purpose, that's making you do that, come to church and confess, is taking power away from you. And the fact that you don't realize that's hilarious, okay? So, you know, I'm sorry I have to be the one to tell you this. I'm just a messenger. I get the truth, and I have to speak it. I don't sugarcoat it. You want to hear lies, you keep on reading that book you're reading, okay? You want to hear the truth, this is where to get it. The Zeke Show. Okay? I don't have a punchline, but that's the punchline. That's the punchline. There it goes.